Shout out to the ones catching the playback. Black Horseman here. I wasn't gonna even do this topic, but some people act like they have amnesia. And Deontay Wilder, with his upcoming bout, he's getting quite a bit of promo based off the things that he is saying, how he's responding, reacting in interviews. But I want to kind of get right to it because I noticed that Deontay is comfortable when he gets in front of somebody who's black, a podcaster or somebody who's doing an interview. He's an open book. He want to talk about his lady, problems. He want to talk about um, whatever issues with his brother. Talk about tough times and all that. He'll be open, But as soon as he got in front of BT Sports, Caucasian interviewer, now we're not talking about that. So it just confuses me with Deontay. You pick and choose who you want to talk about certain things with. When you bring up Tyson Fury again and say that Tyson Fury is a cheater and you have the proof. Um, I don't know. I mean, how many years have gone by now since that fight took place? They had three fights, and all I remember is Deontay. He came out with some video where he was in the woods somewhere, and it just seemed like a Negro spiritual type of Black Power type of video, man. And it just didn't really hit. We really thought it was going to be a legal action taking place because of what the stuff that Deontay was saying that Fury did to him. And, he threw a lot of people under the bus after he lost, especially the second fight. And it's a weird thing about Deontay, when he says in these interviews, like he don't remember the third, what happened in the third fight, really. But he knows for sure that in the first two fights, Tyson Fury cheated, you know. And it just makes me think, like, man, this guy has definitely been punished, man. And that I think he's definitely, if you don't remember what happened in the third fight, I mean, you really got your ass whooped, you know. And I just think that, Deontay, with him being vocal and opening himself up in certain interviews, yes, man, you set yourself up to be asked these questions like, why are you still talking about Tyson Fury? And I just want to remind people, man, that Deontay had his opportunity, man, to resolve this situation. He has all this aggression and animosity when he's being asked about Tyson Fury or when he's not around Tyson Fury. But when that opportunity arose for Deontay to really approach this man, what did he do? Because last I checked, I remember when they met up in Saudi Arabia. There was an event taking place. Deontay was there. Tyson Fury was there and saw him. It was Tyson Fury's camp that saw Deontay first, and it was Bomb Squad, Bomb Squad. To get Deontay attention. Tyson Fury didn't walk towards Deontay. Deontay walked towards Tyson Fury, cheesing, bro, happy to see Tyson Fury. He cheesed up and did exactly what he did when he fought Tyson Fury in the what was it the second fight, which is put his head on his shoulder, man. And Tyson Fury had that smirk on his face, like, yeah, get right back in that spot that you like to be at. Yeah, get right in that spot, right over here. You know, that's your little comfort. It was like he was gonna burp him like a little baby, man. That's how it looked to me, and I was so disgusted to see Deontay after all the accusations of you talking about this man had egg weights in his gloves and you had a dent in your head and you was this and you was that and you should have slept this man on sight. You know, if this man was literally trying to unalive you in there and he had some bullshit going, illegal shit taking place, You had the perfect opportunity to sleep, get him up out of here, man. You know, and then you could have been justified. But for whatever reason, Mister Jolly, the Jolly, Dark Giant Deontay, for some reason you have to be reserved about these facts, quote unquote facts, that you're going to come out in your documentary, because he can't even say documentary right. Documentary. When is this documentary going to come out? And why is it taking this many years for you to just tell us and present this facts, these receipts, if it's the truth? You know, and it's the thing about it is like, you know, I'm a rational person. I'm a person that looks at facts and things like that. But where is the facts, man? Where is these receipts? Yeah, people can pull up content and zoom in and have camera angles and shit, but okay, how are you legally going forward to address this matter? You have not. You have not done it. You weren't able to resolve it in the ring, and you haven't been able to resolve it outside of the ring. And all you did was give this man promo. Nobody was even thinking about Tyson Fury, man. Tyson Fury was in the dark. Usyk had already bodied this man, you know, and got this man to shut up, because Tyson Fury was with the loudest person in boxing for a while. And I was glad when Usyk shut his ass up. I was like, yes, thank you, Usyk. Glad I believed in you, and shut all that energy down. And then here you want to go resurrect this man, and bring his name back up in topics to where now you want to get mad when they asking you, oh yeah, so about this Tyson Fury stuff again. We heard you say this in a different interview. So why do you still think he cheated? I don't want to talk about this. I already told you. Nobody's going for that. Like, and I get it, man. Like, this is where people go too far with trying to use and this is what gets a lot of people in trouble. People don't want to stand on just truth. They want to stand on race politics. We black, so we got to stand behind him and all this stuff. Instead of just looking at it like, maybe he just got his ass whooped, bro. And guess what? If he got his ass whooped and it was some foul play taking, involved, why didn't he have the same energy with JD's as well? Why is it just you mad at Mark Breland? You accuse this man of spiking your water. You was like, yeah, facts, facts. You said that recently. I'm like, huh? You really believe Mark Breland, a black man, would just go out of his way to spike your water, my dude, so that you can be at a disadvantage against a white man? You believe that? Or that's just some shit you making up because you mad that you got cooked, you know, during Black Power, Black History Month and shit, you know? And a lot of black people don't want to even say that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because the humiliation. But it is what it is. You got to keep it 100. He did walk in there with this goddamn heavy ass spacesuit that probably fried his motherfucking, radioactive frequencies in his damn helmet. And he probably was all twisted up in there, man. It probably was a factor. Maybe that was more of a factor than these so-called egg weights. And if I'm not mistaken, JD's was the one back there to check the gloves when they're going to doing the hand wraps and putting the gloves on them and shit. But JD's gets a pass. I have not once seen your 81-year-old manager, Shelly Finkel, come out to defend you. Maybe I missed the video, but they have this guy come out and say, you know what, Deontay Wilder is right. Tyson Fury is a cheat. He definitely had something in his, compromised his gloves and did this, that, and the third. But you keep these guys on the roster, but where's their outcry? I don't see JD's doing interviews talking about this, that, and the third. I don't see Shelly Finkel coming out here defending. But you want the black people, the black, African American movement to be on the front line riding for you, but you firing Mark Breland, and you move, and then you want to throw Kenny Bayless and say he's a coon, or whoever else. These referees are just or the guy in the first referee first fight, he's a white supremacist all of a sudden, you know. So it's just like, man, you selective flame. Like I said, you brought promo to this guy. Well, you didn't have to do that. And then we already know when you see Tyson Fury again in person, you're gonna be back jolly and smiling with him, bro. Sucker shit. Like this is we already seen this before, you know. So I don't know if he really got CTE or you just playing with everybody, using this as a means to bring promo to your event with Derek Chisora. Because I know dudes do little WWE type shit. They do a lot of fake shit to help sell tickets. So maybe that's what's going on. But man, come on, man. Come on, man. You could have been resolved this shit outside of the courts, boxing ring. You could have slept him, man, for the culture. If you was really about that life, you could have slept Tyson Fury for the culture, man. Since he did you foul. But no, you so scared though. You scared to release all of this evidence and this documentary you got coming out. You know, you want to take all of these many years to put this shit, stall with that, you know. And then you scared, I guess, put hands and feet on Tyson Fury, who had egg weights in his gloves, though. So riddle me that, culture. What type of real nigga y'all know get done dirty like that from somebody from another nationality and just be cool and hugging them and be all giddy giddy? What? Nah, homie. I don't know no type of niggas like I didn't grow up around people like that. You know, hell no. It's up and it's stuck. Pause. You know what I mean? He got to handle that. But once again, he want to run game with everybody to make it, to sell tickets, I guess. You know. But with all that old goofy shit and getting up in interviews and acting like you so outraged, to talk about something that you was just comfortable talking about with Tyrone and little Tyrell and whoever else, you be cool with the culture talking about the shit and dissing the man. As soon as you get around this white dude interviewing you, now all of a sudden, we're not talking about that. We are not talking about that. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Stop being fake. Keep it all the way 100, man. Stop being fake, bro. If you're going to be G about this shit, be G about it. Don't tuck your tail when you get in front of certain people all of a sudden. Now you want to be mild sauce when you was just hot sauce the other day. Nah, man. You know what I mean? So whatever this, entity that Deontay used to roll with, this bomb squad entity, I don't know what happened to him. I don't see it, bro. I just see a bunch of crying and crashing out and whining and just backtracking and not and being better, not getting over ass whoopings, man. So in the words of Cam, pull your skirt down, nigga. For real, bro. Pull your skirt down, B. You got Derek Chisora problems, family. And you want to talk about the Caucasian man that already whooped your ass. You got Derek Chisora problems, homie. This is a joke to him because he don't care about none of that. Derek Chisora already got a loose screw. So he looking at this like, this is great. This is gonna be a good moment for me. I'm gonna beat his ass. That's how Derek Chisora probably saying this. I'm gonna beat his ass. Act like he on your side. Yeah, man, he doesn't want to talk about this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm leaving too, Deontay. All the while, he about to get in there and do damage. That's his goal, is damage, you know, that he's trying to apply on Deontay when they get in that boxing ring. But, Deontay want to act emotional, like he's, super sensitive about something that he's so sure about. I got the proof. I got the documents, the receipts. Okay, man, you've been saying that for, I don't know, how many years you been saying that now? When he came out with that video that he did in the woods, that was supposed to be the receipts, and he didn't even do it. I was like, this is a music video, man. This is a poem. Goddamn, this is a goddamn Nobel Peace Prize type or whatever, NAACP type. So, a lot of people don't have time for that, man. This is the throw hand sport, man. Not to do goddamn poetry. And shout out to Lisa Bells, Modern King. Someone need to flame broil Deontay. I tried on my latest video. Shout out to Body Kid. He said he showed his behind yesterday. It was embarrassing. He is too damn emotional, man. Too damn big to be this emotional. Mark saved his life and it wouldn't have been a third fight. Yeah, man. Unappreciative ass, ungrateful Americans, man. You know, look at our heavyweights. That's why our heavyweights is in the gutter right now. You know, these dudes are ungrateful, bro. And, you know, you got good trainers, sometimes have good managers, good situations, and they just don't appreciate it. You know, he said, "Yes, JD's in the documentary, documentary. Yeah, man. Wilder just trying to make more money off the fuckery. Yeah, I just feel like he hustling or something, bro. Like, ain't no way, bro. Should have been resolved this shit. Instead of presenting the proof in court, he's monetizing document. Yeah, that's what it seemed like, man. A lot of people love to use play on the culture, man. Run narratives and then try to milk the culture, get a little few dollars, and then be out, man. And people be like, "Yo, what happened? What happened to that documentary?" You know, people in the culture don't be liking shit like that. You know, Young Pharaoh try to pull that shit. What they say, this dude, Dr. Umar Johnson, try to pull that shit. When you try to scam, run game, and they figure that shit out, they like, "Oh hell nah, nigga, you will never be able to be forgiven after that. You can't come back around with your hand out trying to run a sob story." I just see the flip. I just see the flip flopping with him, and I just call it. I just call it like I see it. He don't be that mad in front of Tyson. Y'all can't tell me. You know, he don't get that mad in front of Tyson Fury. If you really felt that man did you something like that, you should be trying to kill that man on sight. Because based on what you're saying, that's what he was trying to do to you. You know, but you want to be all timid, I guess, because you maybe still got Shelly Finkel as a manager. You still got JD's as a trainer on your roster. So yeah, and then you want to mild it down. You know, get out of here. Fuck out of here, man. Should be fake. They allowed them heavyweights to bang to the last man standing. We believe Wilder won first fight, but damn, he milking the press talk for selfish reasons. Shout to Haplotype. Right, he good when Fury come around. Bro, I'm saying that. Shout out to Haplo. That's why I wanted to bring that up in the beginning. That was when he had an opportunity to address that man with that same energy, he said, "Hey man, how you doing? You all right? Everything all right?" And Justin Fury said, "Yep, everything is all right. Everything is perfect. Perfect. Now give me a hug, motherfucker. Give me a hug. Give me a hug, boy." All right, now go on. Gave him a hug and sent his ass on off. And he was right there with his lady. That's probably why Swift started cheating on him or just left his ass. She seen that cowardly shit. You know what I mean? I wouldn't expect my lady to stay with me if a motherfucker did me foul like that, and then I see him again and I don't do shit. I walk over there and hug him. Man, Tilly Swift was probably like, "Oh yeah, I'm out. Dog, you got me fucked up. This is not. I was rocking with you when you was knocking niggas smooth out, cold, sleep. You know, not this shit. Not polite Deontay walking over there and hugging your oppressor, man. Hugging the man that tried to unalive you. Telly got up out of there. She got up out of there, man. I seen the way that new Hispanic chick he got. I seen the way she was looking at him when his goofy ass and that's another thing, man. Did y'all see that shit Deontay did, bro? Deontay be wanting people to get behind him and rally behind him, and then you do suspect shit. Did y'all see when Deontay said, "I wish I could put my balls on his head"? It was a poster. It was a freaking cutout of Tyson Fury and Derek Chisora. And Deontay was clowning around, and what came out of his mouth was, "I wish I could put my balls on his head." And he didn't stop there. He proceeded to walk, stand on top of a chair, stood on a chair. Dumbass forgot he was 6'6", Banked his whole head on top of a little piece of the part that above the roof or whatever, the portion of the roof, clipped his head, and then proceeded to making reenaction, pretend like he pissing on Tyson Fury head. Like, this man is weird, bro. Weird. You know, just a goofy dude, bro. I was like, huh? Why would you even say some shit like that, bro? You could have said anything like, man, I want to shoot his ass in the knee or some shit. Like, you ain't got to go too far. So I would have killed him, but like, I want to hit him upside his head when I see him. And I wish I could put my balls on his head. Nah, fam. Nah. Cam and Mace, y'all need to get that clip, bro. And y'all need to flame the shit out of that, bro. Hey, yo, what's going on, B? East Coast, how we letting that shit ride, dog? You know what I mean? It's just been too many flags, bro. Too many flags on the play, man. I was like, nah, bro, nah. Just when you want to try to get somebody motivated, to defend you on anything, you do some shit like that. It's like, nah, fuck that. Fuck what you going through, nigga. You got me fucked up. I wish I could put my balls on his head. You know what, man? We out. We out of here, man. Everybody turn the cameras off. Let's go. And this man had cracked his whole head open damn near before the fight. So, yeah, man, it's gonna get worse. Let's just go now. So yeah, man, just a man, bro. Shout out to Actual Fact. He said, I think Actual Fury got some shit to say, man. Said he got him a Snow Bunny black, yeah, whitely oppressed it. Oh, I thought it was Hispanic. Yeah, I don't know. He probably shuffled. Boxing guy said, wow, that's stupid. He said, yeah, he really tweaking that chick. That chick must have been ashamed. I seen the way she was looking. She was like, oh my God, this man just fucked his head up. Made a fool out of his goddamn stuff. You know what? I gotta use the bathroom, man. How do I get to the exit? Probably trying to slip out of there. Man. So yeah, man. And a lot of people gonna be, probably, I know some people picking Deontay, but a lot of them picking him just off, you know, yeah, man, got to do the culture, man. We got to go with Deontay because Deontay from the States or whatever. No, I don't make picks like that, man. I analyze what's going on. I pay attention to, how they are mentally, leading up to the fight. How was their performance the last 2 or 3 fights? A lot of people don't even care that Derek Chisora on a 3-fight win streak and Deontay only won 2 out of his last 6 fights. So it's like, y'all can roll with Deontay because you want him to win or whatnot, but does that mean he gonna win? No, man. You better execute. You better hope that right hand land, and if it land, you better hope Chisora stay down. You know what I mean? Because we've seen, some people have went to sleep, but some people have taken that right hand, gotten up, and continued the fight, man. So, yeah, man. He said, "Law mercy." He said, "Chisora about to clap Wilder cheeks proper." Yeah, 100%. It must be one of Ryan Garcia's minions, man. Yeah, man. That's a different video. You talking about some leadership. But anyhow, man, that's really all I got for this one, man. Deontay just need to stop the cap when he get in these interviews, man. You know, this is all cap to be, bro. Because like I said, if he really felt like that, and he was really that outraged, bro, why you just don't have the same energy when you see Tyson Fury, bro? Because if he had that energy with Tyson Fury, then I would basically I'll accept that what I see in these interviews is outrage. I'm not talking about this. Ooh. If he wasn't being all buddy and cool and open with the black guy in the interviews, then I'll be like, okay, look, he freaking explodes like this in every interview when they asking about Tyson Fury. But no, you like to pick and choose, man. You will bring, in that other interview, you brought him up. Nobody even asked you about the shit. You were just talking about Tyson Fury, because you wanted to, man. And this man is living rent free in your damn head, man. Like, that is a clear fact, So that's just unfortunate for Deontay, man. He still has not gotten over that loss. And yeah, I think a lot was left in that boxing ring, man. He took a lot of punishment. I think a lot of brain cells is vanished, man. Because the stuff that he's doing now, the stuff that he's saying, it's not normal Deontay from what I'm used to seeing. I just think that it's a clear side effect of being in some brutal fights, man. And that guy that you hug, man, he's responsible for a lot of that damage that you have suffered, man. And he walks around here smiling with a fat belly, eating good, getting paid. And you saying he did all of this, man. You've done nothing but just talk about it, Deontay. You ain't done shit. You ain't taking action behind it, man. And you decided to, you know, take those 3 fights with him, you know, and I guess you wanted to get it back in blood, but you just got your ass whooped. You just ended up getting your ass whooped. So maybe that was how you made up your mind. Like, fuck it. I'm not gonna go take it to court. I'm not gonna pull all these receipts. I'm gonna just whoop his ass, and I'm gonna resolve it like that. Well, you failed, homie. He beat the shit out of you, and you're gonna have to just face the facts that's your daddy. He's pretty much your daddy, man. Until you can get over that shit and just admit, like, he was a better man. That's part of being real. They always talk about, oh, we keep it real. People love being fake and trying to make it themselves seem like they perfect or they don't have no flaws. No, you got flaws, Deontay. And if you was really a real one, you just keep it real, bro. Like, look, this is really what happened. He beat my ass so bad that it felt like he had egg weight to this motherfucker, man. He was hitting my ass so hard, man, it felt like he had, that he was on something. So, yeah, man, you know, despite all of that, that's not going to help him going into the fight with Derek Chisora because Derek Chisora got more losses than Deontay, and he don't give a fuck. Absolutely do not give a fuck about what you talking about or what you going through. This shit is a joke for him. When that bell ring, I know he's going full animal mode, and all that giggly, smiley shit better be out the window, Deontay, because I don't want to see you get fucked up. But I've seen this sport. I know that when you're not focused and you playing so much and you wasting energy before the fight on stupid shit, you get fucked up. I've seen it. He did that shit with Tyson Fury with the Radio Raheem interview. 400 years? You gonna still ask me like you don't know? All that shit you did with Radio Raheem while Radio Raheem was looking at you like, you okay? You wasted a lot of energy, man, trying to be super nigga or whatever you was trying to be, man, superhero. But you got cosmically whooped, man. You know, you got whooped like you was one of them action, Marvel scenes, and you was just on the losing end of it, man. Took that helmet off and you got cooked. Like on some Darth Vader type. But anyway, man, um, flame and shame to Deontay for not getting over the past and for bringing promo to a dude who's literally on the couch doing nothing, man. Nothing. I mean, I know he had a fight coming up, but nobody cared about that shit. Now he could take this, and I seen Tyson Fury turning it into clout. Like you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray for him, and may the blood of Jesus Christ keep him. He going in that bag now, like making you look like the fool while he taking the holy route. Like I'm gonna just say a prayer for him. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read chapter John chapter 9 verse 3 or whatever, and just make you just look stupid, you know. And yeah, man. So like I say, Tyson Fury is living rent free in Deontay head because Deontay just man, he just keep making dumb decisions, man. In my opinion, publicly, and yeah, man. I guess when you don't have a PR guy or somebody to really guide you, you can just keep doing dumb shit and it hurts you, you know, promotionally or whatnot. Third fight and first fight were classy, but just be happy you're in them. He got his ass beat, but he was in them. Why are they going to use LDBC videos to sell his documentary Black? What the hell? He said to sell it. That shit better be free. I'm not buying that shit. They gonna try to monetize that? Nah, man. Nah. Fuck that shit. I can't get a link, free 99, like the homie say. I'm not fucking with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Didn't we get that poem free? Whatever poem that we got from Deontay, you know, you better release your documentary on Instagram, bro. Because I highly doubt. I mean, your pay-per-view sales was already trash, so good luck with the documentary. I don't know, maybe they can get Young Pharaoh promoted and a few other people who got all the damn expertise on the shit on the matter. You know, all these experts out here, and then why this shit ain't got resolved in court? Or why ain't no justice for Deontay yet? You know, so riddle me that. He's waiting for Young Pharaoh to graduate law school before he files charges. Yeah, man. So yeah, we're gonna see how this play out, man. You know, who's gonna be the promoter, who's gonna be the distributor, and what platform. Maybe BLK Prime will pick it up. I don't know. Maybe they start streaming a movie. I don't know, man. This is getting ridiculous. He said he'll be old Pharaoh by the time the case goes to trial. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How long is this shit going to take, man? Like that's just my thing. Like, how long is this going to take, bro? Like, people really want to believe you, but you're not giving us anything um, to go off of, man. How are people going to be motivated about this documentary? You can't even give us snap tidbits, anything. It's like beating a dead horse. Good luck with Wilder. You're going to need it. I just think he's going to need all the luck. And then if you beat Chisora, I mean, if Chisora whoop your ass, good luck, bro. Good luck with really trying to get people to really, buy into that shit. You know what I mean? I can see if you get, a heroic KO again, you know, and then you have a little momentum. I still don't know how the fuck, after all of this time, you're going to convince people, but it'll be something. But if you get your ass whooped, then you can forget about that documentary. You can forget about that. You know, I remember what you call that? What's her name? Damn, what was her name? Fuck, I can't. It was a female boxer. I'm trying to think of her name. She was supposed to have a documentary to come out, and the lady from Black Panther was supposed to play her. I did an edit on it. It was funny, but Jalisa Guzman was the opponent, and she knocked her out, man. She knocked her out. That documentary has not surfaced yet. That shit was supposed to surface at the end of 2024. And they said, man, fuck that documentary. We can't put no money behind this shit. Not after you done got your ass knocked out. So yeah. That's really all I got for this, man. Best of luck to Deontay. I guess shout out to Tyson Fury for catching the live of this free promo once again from one of your sons, man. And so we'll see if Deontay, man, will not allow this to really, really distract him. Maybe this is just a way to like I say, bring attention to the event, and maybe he's just gonna rise to that ferocious state of that we know him for, and get a spectacular KO, because it's been a while, man. It has been a while. They better not be hugging in the ring. Chisora's there to be hit. So whoever punch resistance is better wins that fight. I'm going to wait until fight week. Peace, UGC. True Media, man. Peace to everybody that pulled up. Modern King, Haplo, Actual Facts, what you call it? Boxing Guy pulled up as well, and Lisa Bells. And I'm sorry if I missed anybody in the live chat. There's quite a few comments. Yeah, man. And everybody that caught the playback, y'all can leave y'all thoughts below on Deontay. Do you feel like this is just all for the promoting the event, or do you think this is all genuine? He really feel like this, but like I say, based on what I've analyzed, he pick and choose when he want to talk about it, and like I say, I feel like he took a lot of his anger out on some people that was actually, I felt, had his back. And once again, that's what makes it so crazy, because you fired Mark Breeden, but then you said Tyson Fury had an egg weight. So actually, the man saved your life, bro. So Deontay just don't make a lot of sense to me, bro. Anyway, that's all I got, man. I'm on to the next UDC. I'm out.